The first few notes are already enough to make every German start to sweat, and also people that were unfortunate and had to live in countries around us, because even them could not escape Schnappi, das kleine Krokodil, a little crocodile called Schnappi. If you're American, you probably haven't heard it before, except for the meme of some random dancing cats. It just fits them, look at how happy they are. It's basically a kid's song that somehow managed to become a total hit and charted on the #1 spot, because we Germans have no sense of taste. We weren't the only ones though. In the Netherlands, the German version of it was #1, while the Dutch cover of it was in second place. Many of the other languages can be found easily, but not the Japanese version of it. The Wikipedia page lists that it exists, but I could not find it, since I'm not an expert on things like lost media, if it's even lost. What I found was a Japanese review on the Amazon page of the original CD, saying that they love to play the song on Zip FM, a radio station in Nagoya. I kinda love how if you put the title of the review into a German translator, it says "Wenn du Schnaps magst," which translates to "if you like booze," but if you translate it to English, it just says Schnappi. So I went to the homepage of the radio station and searched for the Japanese title of Schnappi, which led to 0 results, and the only other results I could find were on some record stores that had the normal Schnappi CD in German. There is a Nagoya ranking CD made by Zip FM though, which is most likely just a bunch of popular songs they played lots during their time on a disc. The special thing about it is that it does not feature the normal version of Schnappi, but the Zip FM remix, whatever that entails. Aside from that, I could not find anything about an actual Japanese version of the song, and everything I tried looking up just led to actual normal crocodiles. If you love looking for stuff like this, then maybe this could be your next big story, how I found this old German classic song in Japanese. You could not escape it, regardless of what channel you switched to. It wasn't just on music channels such as MTV or Viva, but also on normal ones because of the advertisements or shows that had the girl on that sang the song for interviews. Buy the new Schnappi CD now, or else your family will get eaten by a crocodile. A bit off topic, but we also had Viva Plus here, a channel where you had to send an SMS to vote for which song you want to have played next. You could also include a short message, and many tried to use it as some kind of dating platform. Bianca, 28, is looking for someone to love. Okay Bianca, but how the hell can I contact you? Are you really gonna put your number there if someone says he's interested? Each message cost also around 50 cents to send, which was kinda a lot. Don't even get me started on all those scammy subscriptions that were a nightmare for parents all around the globe, because it was almost impossible to cancel them. But hey, your kid got a cool ringtone now. Enjoy listening to a shitty MIDI version of the Crazy Frog or Schnuffel, whatever you want to call him, the stupid, he's not stupid, he's a cute rabbit. I'm happy nowadays that I can just open YouTube or Spotify if I want to listen to a specific song. Only having CDs and all that isn't enough. A viral music hit obviously also needs a video game. And what console would be best for that in 2005? Yep, the PlayStation 1. The Xbox 360 already came out that year. Luckily, Schnappi wasn't able to be the last game released on the PS1 in Europe, because it would just not deserve that. The PS1 deserves to go out with a bang, since it is such a great console. So what game managed to do it? Mohun X, which was developed by the same developers Sproing. Now you might think, wow, the Germans really love to shit out bad games, but actually their dev team was from Austria. Not the first time they put the blame on us for something bad they have done. Both were published by the same company though, Media, which made me drop my jaw when I googled what else they have made. Catch the Sperm. A game I actually found out about a couple of months ago when I checked out a few old German gaming magazine DVDs from the Bravo Screen Fun on stream. Dove. Catch the Sperm? I mean you can't fault me for installing this. I'm speechless, to be honest, you know, I don't know what to say really. Web ranking list, yes. Yeah, sure. I'm gonna give them my fucking whole information just so I can upload my score of Catch the Sperm onto their website. Yeah, I'm totally gonna send them my city, my state, my country, my address. I'm totally gonna tell them. You can win a prize, never mind. Everything just comes full circle eventually. Aside from that masterpiece, they only published trash, and even more trash. The game is a merely 50 megabytes big, which already tells you everything you need to know about it, most likely. Size isn't everything, at least that's what people always tell me. Even Alexander the Great had a pretty small height for his time. Here it does matter though. Imagine your lonely little CD with around 700 megabytes to spare. Other companies, like Square, always pressed them to their limits and had games with multiple CDs even. You see those getting filled to the brim and want the same to happen to you, but then when your day comes they barely use what you offer. It makes you feel like your life is and was a total waste. So I feel sorry for all these CDs that sadly got the Schnappi PS1 game printed on them. Even the actual music CD probably had more data on it because those always came with bonus tracks and videos and wallpapers and screensavers and all that. I think we all burned our own CDs back then and we're like, I already got 15 tracks on here, but there's still some room left, so you just burned even more songs onto it even if you didn't like those songs too much. I actually never did that. I always went to the store to buy my CDs like a good citizen. Eventually. But hey, again, size doesn't matter. Animal Crossing for the GameCube is even smaller because it was just a Nintendo 64 game ported to it, so I'm sure Schnappi's game will be great. Yeah. Yeti Sports is a better PlayStation 1 game than this. Even Morhun, what do all of these games have in common? They're basically all just flash games printed onto a disc and sold for way too much money. Games that are maybe fun for a tiny bit when you have nothing better to do. Here, just starting the game would take longer than the fun you would have with them. Pretend that this good game is actually the Schnappi game, and also pretend that the PlayStation 3 is a PlayStation 1, and also pretend that the quality of my camera is actually good and isn't from some cheap phone from 2016. It's also hard to record with only one hand. You have to grab it from your shelf, put it into the console and enjoy the extremely amazing PlayStation 1 boot up sound. Which is better than the actual game, and then play it for 2 minutes before you stop and realize you wasted your money on it, or your grandma's money because she thought it's gonna be an amazing game and got it for your birthday. Before you get to play, you have to wait for the publisher and dev screens, and fine, most games did that, but even before those appeared has this, a black screen with a white cube just dotting. It made me feel like I'm playing an ancient Amiga game, not a PlayStation 1 game. Ignore the memory card message, I'm totally playing it on an actual console. You got 3 modes, Schnappi Schnapp, Schnappi Denk and Schnappi Tanz. I love how all of them have an exclamation mark at the end, which feels like you're giving Schnappi orders. Go Schnappi, dance for my enjoyment, or else you will be turned into an ugly leather jacket. Schnappi Schnapp basically means Schnappi, go catch, something you would tell to a dog to catch a frisbee or someone who is breaking into your house, not a crocodile. Crocodiles are actually pretty damn cute though, I would keep one as a pet if possible. If I had a super duper big place, the size of a whole country, and a raccoon, they could be best friends. You just make Schnappi jump and catch flies and other annoying flying pests, which is actually something young crocodiles do. They do actually eat insects. Obviously when they get older they need something more meaty, like you. You have to eat everything on the screen that's eatable, and since I am pretty dumb, I tried eating a bean in level and it stole a life away from me. Sure, that's fine, despite the crocodile probably not caring about a lousy little bee stinging its mouth. So on the next stage there's another flying insect and I thought I can't eat them because they will hurt me too. But you can actually eat those, and I waited out the whole stage since I thought I can only eat flies. But no more flies appeared, so at first I wanted to blame the game till I realized I am the idiot here. I wasted a whole minute of my life like this that I can never gain back, and it was all because of my own stupidity. I hope this makes yourself feel smarter. It should at least. You're smarter than an idiot like me on the internet. That should count for something. There's also an old professor that tries to catch you and you have to avoid him. You should always avoid old men. Schnappi Denk is Schnappi Think Fast, which is just Simon Says, and I hate Simon Says because it makes me feel like a goldfish, even though did you know that goldfish have actual good memories? So they're smarter than me. Parents just always told their kids that they have such a bad memory, so the kid won't feel bad for an animal just living in such a tiny bowl. A bit sad how often fish are just treated so badly. I gave Morhun X a shot too because why not, and they just reused the same mechanic there. Shoot die Hühnchen, actually they're Truthahn, but who cares, in the right order, which is actually more fun than just pressing into 4 directions on the D-pad like here in Schnappi. Playing a shooter like Morhun with an analog stick just does not feel right though. It needs a mouse. It has a make the snail race mode though, so it's actually a pretty good game. Snails are cute and underrated, except if they're naked. I hate those, stop being naked. And at last we got Schnappi Dance, where you can listen to the original song while playing DDR. Who needs Osu, or Guitar Hero, or Guitar Woo Man, or any other good rhythm game if you got this, especially since the sticker on top of the case says you can use a dancing mat for one singular song. Isn't it a bit of a waste? You go through the troubles of actually putting in dancing mat support for one song. Why bother? Normally you would think the devs deserve some props for this, but going to such length for only one track you can dance to, all of your efforts were wasted. But I guess not everyone can be as lazy as me and only do the absolute minimum when asked to do something. If even just one person in the whole world danced to the only track in the game, maybe it was all worth it just for that. Too bad nobody ever did that. One day when I finally buy a dancing mat so I can play the Mario DDR game, I shall come back and play this too with one, and even upload gameplay of it. So I hope the video flops and no one will ever remember me saying this. That's also it already, there's nothing more here except for the credits. The part where it lists the people who own the rights to the song and all that is longer than the part where it lists the people who made this game. I wonder what the project leader of this game worked on eventually. Oh. I hope I could take you on a little journey through one of the last PlayStation 1 games and make you remember Schnappi if you have known him from back in the day. Don't have to thank me for that, I'm sure all those memories are happy, which for me they actually are, since I was just a kid and life back then was still promising. But let me shut up before I sound like a total boomer who thinks everything back then was better, because Schnappi shows us that it wasn't. Have a good night, a good morning, or whatever fits your time zone. You know what they say, somewhere there's always the sun out right now. Something like that. Go listen to Schnappi or else they will get rid of me, please help me. Bye bye.